So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game, it's Jim Beglin.
Hello Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here, things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So that's got things underway. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air, and what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. And it's Carlos Augusto. Gives it back. Valverde. Passes short and sharp. Haaland! Oh, belter! He's got himself an absolute peach.
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And here's Mbappe. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Kanté. First quarter of an hour gone. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Dembele. Dembele, he's on it, can he get away? Big chance! And he's really put himself on the line here.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Van Dijk tries to clear. Tchouaméni touches it back. And this is Dembele. Cherki, and that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Thuram. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
He's having a good look here. An opportunity then to pull clear here. Cherki!
Oh, well done for him to take the shot on. He did at least hit the target.
Pedro Porro. Saliba. Now Pedro Porro. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Porro. Half an hour played now. Mbappe is in a really good position out wide. Pedro Porro. Now it's Thuram. Saliba makes the interception. Bruno Fernandes. Played out towards the right wing. Pedro Porro making good progress on the right-hand side. That's a good ball. Bruno Fernandes really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
And it's Denzel Dumfries. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Alexander-Arnold. Just past the 40th minute mark. Van Dijk. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Thuram. This is Dembele. Carlos Augusto gets it away. Short changes him with that pass.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And it's Carlos Augusto. Pedro Porro. Now that looks a decent ball, and he's intervened well there. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Vietnam just ahead then as we reach 45 minutes.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Vietnam have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Vietnam definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Pedro Porro. To Bruno Fernandes. Conte. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Van Dijk. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Van Dijk. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that could set him on his way. And he's managed to get free. Now, can he find a finish? Plays it in. There's the shot! And he hits the net! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
Vietnam are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Now it's Haaland. Mbappe looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Well, that pass isn't the best. It's a pretty loose pass.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Threads one in. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. No, again there's no way through. And it's Bruno Fernandes. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Bruno Fernandes. And the pass is intercepted. Cherki. And smartly reclaimed. He's picked his way through, knocks it into space. Mbappe is onto this, opts to play it back. That has been slung wide. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Mbappe. Cherki. Oh, easy pickings there. He's played it back. Modern. And a chance! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And that's it. Well, thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.
Señoras y señores, en la pantalla se mostrará la información de nuestros servicios de autobús.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're very much on the way now. Madsen. And this is Silva. And he's certainly onside here. Now here's the delivery. And that has been cleared. Decent chance! Mbappe! Irrepressible! About as smooth as it gets.
I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going.
He's in one-on-one. Mbappe! It's a goal! They have heard the starter's pistol and come racing out of the blocks. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking.
He's going for goal! Oh, he has leathered that.
Well, we always have to give a reason for it, Peter, but did he hit that too well?
Vietnam are in serious threat of getting left behind. 2 goals down already. Looking to play him in. He's on it. Can he get it? Mbappe!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Valverde. Matheus Cunha. Knocks it into space. Good read, needed to be.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Saliba. Here's Matheus Cunha. Goulet. He won't be happy with that one. Matheus Cunha. Goulet. Bruno Fernandes. Matheus Cunha. Oh, easy pickings there. Tchouaméni, who does have an assist to his name. Valverde. Couldn't squeeze it through. Rafa Silva. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Bruno Fernandes, unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Van de Ven. Takes a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Plenty to enjoy about the build-up there, not so much the finish.
Carlos Augusto really did pass up on a good opportunity then, but some of the build-up play was absolutely majestic.
Mbappe. Half an hour played now. Matheus Cunha, and it's Valverde. He's being urged to shoot. Real chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Pedro Porro. That is good strength. Tchouaméni gets a good foot in there. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge.
realizando un cambio.
Vietnam choosing to make the first change.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings.
Very nicely done. Vietnam have rung the changes already. They could, of course, make further alterations at half-time. Matheus Cunha. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Now it's Mbappe. Here's Matheus Cunha. Little pass back. Tries to play it through. Oh, this looks sharp. Tchouaméni, Mbappe, and that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Tchouaméni. And it's Bruno Fernandes. And Alexander-Arnold. He's gone for goal.
Se van a jugar 2 minutos de compensación.
Tries to pass it through. And that was very necessary. Cherki. And the shot! And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. We'll do it back on the first 45 minutes.
Vietnam really are lucky not to be down by more, Peter. The manager's going to have to come up with something a little special to lift these players, otherwise this one's as good as done.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 23. Lo reemplazará.
And here is the first touch of the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to...
Great chance! Matheus Cunha.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Vietnam come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Alexander-Arnold attempts a clearance. And it's Carlos Augusto. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Matheus Cunha! And he hits the net. Barely into the second half, and already it is heating up. Complete awareness. He understood what was needed, and he executed it smoothly.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Vietnam cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
What a difference a half-time rocket from the manager can make. This is exactly the response he'd be looking for.
That looks a cracking ball. Mbappe going face-to-face with his great rival. Mbappe is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Rafa Silva. Mbappe wants to run onto this. He's picked his way through. Rafa Silva. Haaland trying to keep this in. And that should get the job done. Lovely pass, but can he get there? I think that's a corner. Yes, it is.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 12.
So we have movement on both
Número
benches.
8. Número 18. Número 27.
And a chance!
Número 3.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Número 20. Número
And now
9.
they can spring out of
Cambio.
defence. Can he latch on to this? Nice control. Vinicius Junior, he is onto this. Haaland. Dembele. Argentina do have a chance to counter here. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Can he get it through? Shapes to shoot! Haaland! That is brilliant! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control.
Lookman really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, this is nothing less than they deserve, Peter. They're in the driving seat now.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Vinicius Junior. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now, can they get him away? Dembele. Can he finish? Yes! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. And that's it. Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
Se esperan demoras de tránsito después del silbato final.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. We are just getting started.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements, overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into his stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. Alex Grimaldo delivers.
Well played and well cleared. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Argentina do have a chance to counter here. Yamal going face-to-face with his great rival, Matheus Cunha. And here's Mbappe.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Valverde. Valverde! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Yamal, and now a sudden chance to counter. Tchouaméni, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Cherki, no way through. Matheus Cunha. Haaland. Oh, well played, well sorted out. And here's Yamal. Alexander-Arnold. It's gone out for a throw-in. And it's Tchouaméni. Now it's Mbappe. Great chance! And that was too close for comfort.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
Saliba. Bruno Fernandes. He is through here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Valverde going forward. Looking for options for movement.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Vietnam have got it back and they'll have another go. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Mbappe. Saliba. And they've switched it over to the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh, that's fabulous. Mbappe, he has found a way through. Nice control. Now there's a fine ball. Goes for goal! Corner number 2 then. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And now they can spring out of defence. Van Dijk. Grimaldo. And here's Haaland. And it's Denzel Dumfries. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And he's there to get it away. Valverde. And the whistle goes for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So neither side has found a way through yet.
After all that probing and testing the waters, here's hoping for a more open second half.
So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 14.
Gets us going once more.
Número 6.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
This is a promising build-up. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Tchouaméni passed somewhat off target. And here's Valverde. Cherki. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Dumfries receives it in a wide position. He leaps for it! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
Tchouaméni. And it's Arda Güler. And it's Alexander-Arnold. He's on it, can he get away? Cleared away. Mbappe. Not the most accurate pass. Bruno Fernandes. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And now they can clear their lines. He's going for goal! And that's off target.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Entran número 27, número 22. Se va a realizar un cambio.
Haaland. 0-0 still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. Rafa Silva. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Alexander-Arnold has it in. Gets his head on it! And he's following up! It's a goal! And we have liftoff! His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Argentina have taken the lead.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Mbappe needing to deal with defending that's more up close and personal.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Oh, played right into his path. And it's claimed by the keeper.
Argentina couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. That's a look at... And the shot! It's in! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Argentina are doing very nicely, thank you.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. Looking to pass their way up the... Shoots! He is just caressing the ball. And it's Barella. Matheus Cunha! And how did he not put that away?
Well, it wasn't to be this time, but that should add to his level of confidence, something they can really do with at the moment.
Cambio.
Vietnam are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. Yamal coming on here as broadly expected.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Vinicius Junior.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Lovely bit of skill. Cherki. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Vinicius Junior. And here's Yamal. There's the shot! And that's a sharp finish. Late drama, late goal. This will be one frantic ending. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Vietnam give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. And that pass just didn't quite work. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And it's Denzel Dumfries. And here's Vinicius Junior. Cherki. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And the shot! And that's a tidy finish. They have stolen level at the last.
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
Número 10. Se está realizando un cambio.
90 minutes done then, but that is not the end of it. So still inseparable. What are you thinking, Jim?
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So no winner at full time. We will be going the distance.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 12.
So our quest to find the winner continues. Vietnam displayed great character to force extra time from what looked a pretty ominous situation. The question now is, can they go on to win it? It is doable. And here's Mbappe. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
Yet another interesting duel, this.
Bouts of passing here, really easy on the eye. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Yamal, and the counter is on. Greenwood. Vinicius Junior is onto this. Opts to play it back. Now that looks a decent ball. In towards the back stick. Real chance! He lifts the roof! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it?
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Vietnam leading now. Chouameni, and it's Olmo. Oh, no joy this time.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And he's intervened well there. That has not gone well. And it is half-time in extra time. Well, we have quite a thrilling narrative here. Despite their early setback, they are now the ones in the driving seat, and all of a sudden things are looking pretty rosy. So this is it, one goal in it, and we're down to the last 15 minutes. Everyone on their last legs. Can there be one final twist?
Cambio en Argentina. Número 3. Número 17.
And we're off for the final time.
11. Entran.
They have played
Número
themselves
32.
to a near standstill.
Número 42.
What is left in the
Número
tank
20.
now?
Cambio.
DiMarco has given away a free kick. Yamal engages and forces him off the ball. Rafa Silva has shifted it to the flank. He's shifting through the gears here. Mbappe. Barella.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Spread to the right. Now it's Yamal. Big chance! And there's a goal! And surely that clinches it! There really is no way back now! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
Just way, way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Vietnam now in a position far more desirable.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
And that's that. Vietnam have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. Vinicius Junior claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, how will we look back on that?
What a game, Peter, and what a result. Give me this every week, please. So many times I'm thinking, OK, that's got to be it. But so much late drama, and at a time when it's very tough on both body and mind.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We are just getting started. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's a 4-3-3.
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback.
It's Dembele! And he couldn't finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running at you at full speed. He gets into a stride so quickly and seems to just glide across the turf. But when the goal's in front of him, he's also got that cool head that's required to pick a spot and finish everything off.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And here's Mbappe.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Hakimi. Looking for a runner. Vietnam still without a single shot on target. And that has left him in a heap. Saliba over to the other side. Argentina are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. Pass just lacking in accuracy. And here's Haaland. Haaland, looking to play him in. Oh, he's been caught napping. Oh, great chance. Shapes to shoot. Goal! Argentina! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch and they're dazed.
Argentina have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now. Vietnam really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Oh, played through for the wide man, and it's turned away. Now this could be a chance, and he shoots!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Alvarez powering forward here. Hakimi has the space to scheme. Alvarez. And it's Barella. That's an excellent interception. Dembele. Now it's Haaland. Gibbs White. He's got away. Brilliantly cut out. Alvarez. Haaland. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And he's really put himself on the line here.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And a header! No, just not quite.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Gibbs White.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
He's had a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Haaland is offering a wry smile there.
He's chosen to go back. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. And that's going to be a booking. Great vision. Dembele. Oh, that's fab. And the shot! It's a goal! Two to the good. And they are purring. Absolutely purring. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. Varela! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Vietnam really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Alexander-Arnold.
Se agregarán 3 minutos al tiempo reglamentario.
And that's another good win of the ball. Tries to play it through. Nice interception, well timed. And they've got rid. That's the end of the first 45.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So let's get the ball rolling.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devil.
Shot, Sean! In he goes again! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Konate clears without hesitation. And it's Barella. Alvarez. And Cherki. Barella. Oh, good ball! There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Big chance! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Alvarez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Barella goes short. Cherki looking for a real chance! And he gets rid in a hurry. And here's Alvarez. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Mbappe being hounded, manhandled at times.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Vietnam have their second corner now. And he's taking no chances there. And now a sudden chance to counter. Probing pass. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Saliba. Barella. Haaland shoots! And that's a tiny finish. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will, and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Vietnam cut their deficits and look raring to go again.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 10. Número 22.
Knocks it into space.
Número 9. Número 5.
Flashes it across.
Un cambio.
Van Dijk with the clearance. Chance for a shot! They want to be quick to recover this. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner.
Se está realizando un cambio.
Corner number 2 then. Getting up there! Oh, split-second reaction.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Argentina have their third corner. Hangs in a cross. Oh, good line! And yes, it's there! Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So the lead now is 2.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. This is the time you need that pace.
Aimed beyond the defence. Forced to go back. Into the last quarter of an hour. Oh, sweet feet. Dembele. And here's the chance to counter. Vinicius Junior. And it's Carlos Augusto. And it's Carlos Augusto. Barella. Oh, important interception. Out towards the flank. Oh, it's Dembele. Barella. Greenwood. This looks promising. He's having a shot! Another one of football's and how moments.
Oh, that miss could really prove costly. They don't want to be missing too many of those.
Tchouaméni, and he's forced to go back. He's had it taken off him. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Tchouaméni, looking for the run. Ball's over the line, and it is a corner. Corner number 4 coming up here. Keeper has taken decisive action. Vietnam have the chance to go the other way. Van Dijk. Can he get on the end of this? And there's green glass ahead of him. It's Dembele! Denied by an instinctive save.
Dembele actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And that's it. And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We're up and running then.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third.
Oh, shooting chance! They've got to be quick to recover. Oh, he's been caught napping! Hakimi made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, I think the fact that this guy, Saliba, starting, I think that indicates, Peter, you're looking to play out from the back, and he's shown to be very confident and comfortable on the ball when it comes to moving it forward. He'll see a lot of the ball, and sometimes he'll go direct from back to front.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Konate. And he can clear it away. Vinicius Junior. Oh, good spread. That's a good ball out wide. Now it's Valverde. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. They've switched it over to the other side.
Good ball, that too.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Yamal. It's any... Oh, what has happened here? Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
And it's Valverde. Dembele. So what can they make of this? Bruno Fernandes. And Alexander-Arnold. Yamal. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Saliba gets over and intercepts. Nuno Mendes. Now it's Yamal. He is through here. Oh, that's nice. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Valverde. It's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Mbappe. Cherki. Oh, such a clever touch. Haaland. Saliba. And it's Hakimi. Cherki. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, good take in a good area. Back where it came from. Can he finish? It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Yamal could move up a gear here. Bruno Fernandes. And here's Güler. And the counter is on. Nuno Mendes.
That's going in strongly.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Güler. Valverde.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, it's Dembele. That is a fair try, and it's half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So very little to report. Nothing, indeed, in terms of goals scored.
After all that probing and testing the waters, here's hoping for a more open second half.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. So, straight into the second half. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. And he's picked it up out, and he shoots! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And here's Vinicius Junior. It's a promising position. That is lovely. Lofted in. Van Dijk gets it clear. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Haaland. And if you did take an extended half-time break, you'll be relieved to hear that you have missed nothing. Now it's Haaland. And the shot! And that's a tiny finish! And there is your opener!
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
So the first goal of the game.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Bruno Fernandes goes for a shot! Valverde. Mbappe is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Vietnam have got it back, and they'll have another go. Over to the right flank, and it's Valverde. Chance for a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Entran número 27, número 15, número 18.
Punched away.
Va a realizar un cambio.
Vietnam really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Look at the decent chance! It's a goal! Do not write them off! Back they come! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Vietnam restore parity.
Well, I'd happily watch.
There's the shot! Another one of football's and how moments.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Vietnam are looking to break at pace. It's a good run down the right. Nice control. Barella knocks it into space.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
And a chance! And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 20.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Número 5. Cambio.
And it's slung out wide. Cunha receives it in a wide position. And here's Haaland. Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given. Matheus Cunha. Barella. And it's Barella. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Brilliantly cut out.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
And the number on the board is 3. And here's Haaland. Still nothing in it, and we will be back for 30 more minutes. Well, still no winner, Jim.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
Well, no winner after 90 minutes, another 30 minutes, hopefully to make a difference.
Señoras y señores, en la pantalla se mostrará un boletín informativo del Departamento de Policía Regional. Cambio en Argentina. Número 11. Entrará al campo. Número 9. Se está realizando un cambio.
"90 minutes gone and nothing between them still." Saliba. And it's Tchouaméni. And Alexander-Arnold. Saliba. Lookman. He's well positioned. And the shot! And that's a real chance missed. Matheus Cunha. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And Grimaldo. And it's Van Dijk. Nice sequence of passes this. Alvarez. Barella. He's having a hit! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Rafa Silva making good progress on the right-hand side. Argentina ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Barella. Matheus Cunha. This is a promising build-up. And it's Denzel Dumfries. No, he's not going to get any further than that. And it is half-time in extra time. So neither side able to conjure up a telling moment, and we are where we are. This is the last chance to win it. Is there to be drama in these final 15 minutes? This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left? And he's managed to get free. Shoots! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
Vietnam have their second corner now. Tchouaméni is there, and he can get that clear. This looks promising. Vietnam given another corner. Vietnam have their third corner. Argentina have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Alvarez. Lookman, hoisted in.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game.
He's had a shot! Oh, he's done it! A game of margins, a game of thrills. This might just do it. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Vietnam are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Vietnam found a way, forcibly. Now they must hold out.
Well, these last few moments are going to be pretty frantic, I would think, as the opposition try tooth and nail to get back into this. We're never done till it's completely done.
Oh, perfectly measured that. And the shot! And that should get the job done. Made it back. Conte. Oh, that's neat. Can he get on the end of this? Delivered low. And that is well cleared. There's the delivery. Getting up there! Goal! We thought they were done, but never say never. And that is that. There is only one way to decide this now. Vietnam found a way, somehow.
Look, I've been in this position myself, and after a grueling game, you don't want to back down if the manager asks you to take a penalty for fear of appearing weak. You can't let fatigue cloud your judgment.
So time to shake the weariness out of those limbs and to engage with focus. It's penalty kicks. Mbappe to go first. And no mistake.
That's the example they will want to follow.
Alvarez is the next man in the spotlight. One-one, and he duly obliges. So on to the second man.
Well, you can't approach a penalty with any doubt, or you'll have to rely on luck.
Grimaldo is the second man to step up for his team.
Credit to him. You really need courage to do that in these circumstances as well.
Lookman is third in line. Oh, and the keeper guessed right too.
You need a very strong mind in those situations. Any penalty that goes in is a good one.
Haaland is the third man to step forward. We're tied at 3 each. Rafa Silva is the fourth man to step forward for them. Oh, straight down the middle, and for some, it's too much. Lookman is fourth up. Great stop, and the keeper punches the air.
I think some mind games were played there, Peter. It certainly did the trick. Everyone here are holding their breath.
And that will do it. So it all ends in heartbreak, all the effort, all the exertion, all the exhaustion, and it counts for nothing. So Jim, quite a game, decided in the end in the only way it could have been.
Vietnam really must be wondering how different this all could have been had they taken their chances, Peter. But it really was fine margins all round, I suppose. You know, having been on both ends of such results in my career, I can't help but feel for these boys.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So things are underway.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
Lookman, and here's Mbappe. And here's the chance to counter. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Mbappe. That's good running with the ball. Shot, surely! It's hit the upright. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
It's very hard to miss this guy, Haaland, when there's all 6'4" of him. A player with great football pedigree in his family, remembering his father played in the English top flight. The most talked about man in football. He's really one of a kind and marauds his way around the pitch.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, greatly! Oh, off the bar! He doesn't look too happy with that.
Well, Peter, sometimes that happens. You get a great connection, and yet that proves to be the problem. It was too good to go in.
Barella. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Lookman. He's shifting through the gears here. Shapes to shoot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Dembele. Now it's Haaland. Haaland, he is onto this. Matheus Cunha.
Argentina really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Tchouaméni. And it's Conte. And Güler.
Bruno Fernandes really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Lookman. Mbappe is in a really good position out wide. Oh, what has happened here? Bruno Fernandes. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Dembele.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Lookman running with the ball. Tchouaméni. Conte. Bruno Fernandes.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Barella. And here's Mbappe. Neither side giving way, it has been tight. Head over towards the opposite flank.
Good switch, that.
Tchouaméni. And here's Dembele. Matheus Cunha. Haaland might just make this. He's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Dembele. He has found the way through. Tries to cross. Oh, good! And he scores! Bruno Fernandes. That's it, 45 minutes up. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So neither side yet off the mark.
Yeah, 0-0, but definitely not from the want of trying. There's been plenty of industry and hard work, as well as some good defending, so I wouldn't be too dismissive just yet.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock. The score 0-0. So straight into the second half.
Vietnam have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Now that looks a decent ball.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable chance! Oh, and that is really good tenacity.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Saliba attempts a clearance. Now it's Haaland.
Is that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Alexander-Arnold. Vietnam are looking to break at pace. Nice defending, it's got the job done. Well, if you did take an extended half-time break, you'll be relieved to hear that you have missed nothing. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Spread to the right. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 22. Entrará al campo. Número 5. Se está realizando un cambio.
Van Dijk.
Argentina have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Well, now it's a race for the ball. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Pass somewhat off target. That is a great pick out. Oh, that's a very... Goes for a shot! In he goes again! It's a goal! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
Argentina have taken the lead.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending.
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. And he is going into that little black book.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 15.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Número 20. Entran número 27.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour.
42.
And it's made its way to him.
Se va a realizar un cambio.
Oh, well played. He needed to get that right.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And it's Arda Güler. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball.
Vietnam really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
There's the delivery. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. That is ended up in no man's land. Hakimi. Güler, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And here's Alvarez. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
Probing pass.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
There's the shot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Well, he looks a little annoyed with himself, Peter, but he hit it well enough. Better look next time, maybe.
Güler. And he's opted for the long pass. Mbappe gets into a good position. Mbappe providing an outlet on that flank. And it's Arda Güler. Valverde. 2 minutes to be added on. And they can counter here. Cherki. Now this could be a chance. He's having a shot! And there goes their last chance. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And that gets things running. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And they can counter here. Now it's Mbappe. And here's Barella. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
David De Gea. He's one of the all-time great shot-stoppers, Peter. His positioning is superb, and he always seems to pick the perfect moment to rush off his line. What I really like about him is the way he keeps his frame big to make life as difficult as possible for strikers. And the manager will be hoping for a few more clean sheets now that he's in the team.
Well, he would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Taken back almost at once. Matheus Cunha, and here's Mbappe. Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro carries the ball down the right. And played cross-field, changing the point of attack.
Good ball, that too.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
Aimed beyond the defence. Barella, and now the breakaway. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Matheus Cunha. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it. Argentina really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Gibbs-White. Matheus Cunha.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And it's Barella. Nicely weighted ball. Dembele. And it's Arda Güler. Approaching the half-hour mark. Haaland.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Oh, perfectly measured that. And that's a dangerous ball. It's loose now and they want to get it back. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Haaland. Oh, just skips past his man. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Güler. Passing is crisp and sharp, and he's managed to get free. Flings it across. Great chance! Goal! Argentina! And it's Argentina in front. Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this, or...
There's the shot! And that's in! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Vietnam are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Vietnam restore parity.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant. This is the time you need that pace.
And no, that was never going to make it. And that is the end of the first half. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far, so it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
Well, it has been tight, it's been competitive. Each side with one significant moment, and at half-time the score is 1-1. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Ah, such a clever touch. And he's intervened well there. Dembele. Tchouaméni. Just eases him off the ball. Barella. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Yamal. Haaland. Oh, good take in a good area. A lot of space ahead of him. Played in. And that has been knocked. Can he finish? Oh, look at the space here. This time, surely. Saliba getting this one clear. Yamal. Knocks it into space. Has to go back here. And he's well positioned here. Real chance! Loose ball now, and there's a... Oh, he's been caught napping! Mbappe is being harried and hassled.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
And here's Haaland. Looking tidy in possession here. Pedro Porro. Vietnam have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Mendes promptly onto that, and that is that. Barella. He's being chased here by an unwelcome guest. Tchouaméni, Gibbs White, Van Dijk cuts out the pass. And here's Mbappe, Barella. That's the keeper's ball. Saliba. And here's Mbappe. Good ball. Big chance! It's a goal! And the comeback is complete! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 10.
So we have movement on
Número
both
20.
benches.
Número
So we have a
23.
breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Entran
Well, they've done the
número
hard part
9.
now, Peter.
Número
Can they cling on?
18.
Or even
Número
better, can they get
6.
another?
Número 22.
And he welcomes it in.
Dando un cambio.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. And he's running through. Now it's Alvarez. Now that looks a decent ball. Valverde! Brilliant from Valverde! About as smooth as it gets. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now.
That's just downright fabulous. Both the disguise and the control, and then that gentle scoop.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Lookman showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Valverde. Shapes to shoot! Oh, how good is he? That is a gem! An absolute gem! And that's it. Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Begden alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.
Señoras y señores, tenemos un niño perdido. Al padre de un niño con mochila verde se le solicita amablemente ponerse en contacto con miembros del personal.
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. We're up and running then. Some really good ball movement. He's cut it out. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
David De Gea, simply because of the remarkable strides he's made to earn the worldwide respect that now exists. From an insecure, hesitant spell, he's grown into a supremely confident and assured character.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. And it's Valverde. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Vietnam clearly should have gone for the easier pass.
Shapes to shoot! Well, that is commitment to the cause.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Matheus Cunha. Conte. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
That's very neat. Matheus Cunha. He is just caressing the ball. And it's Valverde. And here's Haaland. Matheus Cunha. Chance! And he has kept it out somehow.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Vietnam have their second corner now. Oh, important interception. Tries to get it clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's not got that quite right. Oh, good ball! Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Haaland! Goal! Argentina!
Mbappe really played that return ball to perfection there, Peter. He knew the exchange was on and he put it on a plate for his teammate. That was just gorgeous.
So the first goal of the game.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Mbappe, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Haaland might just make this.
Vietnam are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Nice interception, well timed. Van Dijk does really well to win the ball there. Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. That has been slung wide. Ball in towards the middle.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off. Argentina definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Conte.
Vietnam truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Now there's the shot! And yes, it's there! And they're threatening to fly away here. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Argentina are doing very nicely, thank you.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. Cunha did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Goulet. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. It's really well manoeuvred. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
The message is clear, none shall pass. That's it, 45 minutes up. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. So the action resumes.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it, try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Well, we've seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. And that's another good win of the ball. Bremer. Haaland chasing after it. And it's Valverde. Valverde, good driving run. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. Alexander-Arnold. Bruno Fernandes. Haaland is being harried and hassled.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter. I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
And here's Kante. Oh, and a chance! Superb from Kante! A finish of true class! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. And that is stunning. Just too hot to handle.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
A case now of complete control. Matheus Cunha. Bremer is the guilty party there. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. Valverde. Now there's a fine ball. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Now it's Haaland, and he's worked it through. And he's running through. Can he finish? Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. Vietnam really could have done without this. And that's it. Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.
Señoras y señores, les informamos que solamente se permite fumar en las áreas designadas para tal caso.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So things are underway. Tries a shot! Goal! Argentina! And it's Argentina in front! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. No, that's been intercepted. Saliba. And he thumps it clear. Ball is over the line. Saliba. Cherki. And here's Haaland.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And the shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Vietnam have their second corner now. Looking to play him in. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now, can they get him away? Yamal gets into a good position. He's shifting through the gears here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Now it's Mbappe.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. Vietnam are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
That's been cut out, well played. Hakimi. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
Argentina definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
That's going to go a long way. And he's being shifted off it. Looking for a runner. That's beautifully weighted.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
No way through. Matheus Cunha. And here's Mbappe. Tchouaméni. Mbappe. And here's Haaland. Yamal.
Vietnam certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half.
That's pretty clear, it is a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. He'll fancy himself from here. Great chance here to level it up. He's on it, can he get away? Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Vietnam have their third corner. Barella plays it short. And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Grimaldo. Mbappe. Hakimi. And the shot's on here. Great chance! And he's really put himself on the line here. Corner number 4 coming up here. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Argentina have the chance to go the other way. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Se van a jugar 2 minutos de compensación.
Saliba gets across to intercept that. Haaland. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Vietnam come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Vietnam really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
The ball has bounced loose now. He's got away. Konate did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Matheus Cunha. It's played through for him. Mbappe! It's in! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
But Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing. Well, I'm hoping for a nice open second half now. It's there to be won.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace. That's a shame, because it was such a good decision.
Keeper's got good distance on that. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Mbappe being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Cunha has created one goal. Can he finish? And that's a tiny finish. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 5.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
And it's been played through, and Dijk cuts out the pass. Vietnam perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Yeah, and I think if you're looking for change in a tight game like this, Peter, it's all about getting the timing right.
Now it's Alvarez. Can he get it through? And he's quick to return it. Look at the space. He's had a shot! Oh, it's hit the post. Saliba clears without hesitation. Greenwood. He's cut it out. Goes for a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Cambio en Argentina.
They're up to 5 corners now.
Entrará al campo número 13. Se va a realizar un cambio.
De Gea claims comfortably. Argentina looking to go forward now. Greenwood gets on his bike and on the move. Oh, nice touch.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
That has not gone well. Now it's Alvarez. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Lookman picks it up out wide. Oh, that's neat. And it's Olmo. Dani Olmo touches it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Goulet looking for options for movement. Oh, that's fabulous. Lookman. Now this could be a chance. Passing nice and neat. And they're back on the ball again.
Vietnam nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Lookman! Now, who's going to be first to this? Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Se van a jugar 2 minutos de compensación.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. Whistle's gone, and they've got themselves a free kick. And he is going into that little black book. Goulet considers his options. Valverde spread it left. And the return pass. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will, and this place is bouncing. The end of the game. Reflections.
What a game, what a show of character. It wasn't looking good at one stage, it was quite flat in the first 45 minutes. But that's how you turn things around. You get a purpose in your game and you go for it.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So it's away we go then. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, Erling Haaland is very much the player in all of football in so many ways. His development really owes to the fact that he made all the best choices. The clubs, the coaches, everything has been meticulously planned.
Shot a goal!
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Barella wins the duel this time. Nuno Mendes. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Now there's a fine ball. Oh, Haaland! That's a fair try, but just off target.
Well, he doesn't half hit a clean strike. The moment he was in that position, you knew he was going to smash it.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Barella. Saliba calmly anticipates. Not a bad start to the game, a chance at either end already. And here's Haaland. Played out wide. Haaland. Just eases him off the ball. And it's Arda Güler. Güler. Neither side yet able to find the net. Matheus Cunha. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Rafa Silva. He's shifting through the gears here. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Stood up well to him there. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, that's a very decent ball now. That's going to go a long way. Haaland. Oh, easy pickings there. Konate. Güler. He steps in, and that's the end of that. And he plays one through. Picked out brilliantly. It's Dembele! Barella. So what can they make of this? Nicely worked. He's in a great position here. Haaland unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Pedro Porro. Now Saliba. Well, they could break here. Now it's Alvarez. Nice control. And it's Barella. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Nuno Mendes. Great vision. Tchouaméni. Konate. Now Saliba. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And here's Haaland. And it's Mendes. And a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. And here's Alvarez. And Alvarez! He scored! That was easy. Almost too easy.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
Vietnam have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. He is through, and he shoots! And he's quick to get rid. That's a sharp pass. Well, he's hit it long, but astray. Now it's Alvarez. And he cuts out the supply. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Vietnam go in at half-time with a 1-0 lead.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps, that's not too much to ask.
Vietnam just about ahead, 1-0 at the break. And we are back underway.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out, see if you can open them up a bit more.
Now it's Alvarez. Tchouameni. Played out to the left flank. Cunha going face-to-face with his great rival. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And he's managed to get free. And it's gone all the way through to the keeper. Now it's Haaland. Alvarez, currently being consciously targeted.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
That's good play. Saliba, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And here's Rafa Silva. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Showing good feet. So we've reached the hour mark. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Haaland. Can he get on the end of this? So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's not looking good, Peter. You can't just stop playing once you've gone ahead. You're letting the opposition know that you can be got at, and they can so easily raise the pace and tempo to do just that.
Oh, such a clever touch. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And he's there to retrieve it. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Cambio en Argentina. Número 20.
Well, the two coaches
Número
are signalling
27.
changes here, both at the
Número
same time.
8. Número 22.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Número 18. Número 9. Número 6.
Mbappe.
Número 5.
The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. Pinches it off him. Mbappe! He's going for goal! Now, who's going to be first to this? Well, there's contact there one way or another. Oh, it's a penalty. Vietnam presented with a golden opportunity here. This further to improve their cause. That is some save from De Gea. And he's managed to gift it back. Pedro Porro tries to play it through. He has found the way through.
Played in by...
Oh, good effort! And that's a sharp finish. There seemed no way back, but they are level. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, now they've saved themselves. You can really sense a change in the whole atmosphere here. It's going to be pretty manic from now to the final whistle.
That's an imaginative pass. Lookman looking to receive it in space. Barella. Lookman. Saliba promptly onto that, and that is that. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
And here's Mbappe.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Well, at least they acknowledge the effort. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Greenwood. Passing is crisp and sharp. Barella. And he's cut it out.
Se van a jugar 2 minutos de compensación.
Into stoppage time, whistle due any moment. Oh, good spread. Lookman. Played in by Lookman. "90 minutes done then, but that is not the end of it. So still inseparable. What are you thinking, Jim?
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
Well, no winner after 90 minutes, another 30 minutes, hopefully to make a difference.
Se está realizando un cambio.
So our quest to find the winner continues. Vietnam conceded an equaliser late on. Now they have to do it all again. Do they have what it takes? Now it's Mbappe. Now then, the ball's come loose. And it's Valverde. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Yamal looking for the run. Good ball, good take. Goulet, that has been slung wide. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Probing pass.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
He's picked his way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Valverde. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Saliba. Mbappe. Valverde tries one from range.
Argentina, número 11, número 17, número 23. Entran número 42, número 15,
out. It'll be a throw-in
número
again.
12, cambio.
Mendes has it in a wide position. Hoisted in. And he's taking no chances there. So just 15 minutes still to come. So neither side able to conjure up a telling moment, and we are where we are. This is the last chance to win it. Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's on it, can he get away? Quality ball.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Van Dijk. Well, they've got it again. And they've caught Reed. Up towards the front line.
This is the time you need that pace.
Mbappe. And here's Vinicius Junior. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now that's a lovely exchange. Oh, Red, nice interception. De Gea. That's it, there is no more. It is going to penalties. So we've done it, we've been there, we've gone the full 12 rounds.
It's a big well done to both defences for refusing to buckle under the pressure. Fatigue with focus is not the norm.
A brief rest, and then it will be time to refocus. Mbappe to go first. And he duly obliges.
Well, so far, so good, Peter.
Mbappe, the next man to walk up to the spot.
Never looked in doubt, really.
And he duly obliges. Dani Olmo is the man who's second in line.
Well, if you have any doubts, that's what you do to conquer it.
Vinicius Junior is second man up. That's a good penalty.
Pick your spot, don't change your mind, and the keeper should be neutralised.
Lookman is the third man to step forward.
I don't think there was ever any doubt, really, Peter. Certainly not in his mind.
Greenwood is third in line. Made it look easy. And it's 3-3. Thuram is the fourth man to step forward for them. Great penalty, outwitted the keeper.
Good penalty. The keeper might have done him a favour in committing just a bit early.
Valverde is fourth up. Oh, it's a really good save. That is how you answer the call.
Gamesmanship or not, Peter, whatever he did worked a treat.
Courtois must save this. It is that simple. Oh, brilliant. He had to save it, and he did.
Well, I think the keeper did very well to stay upright until the very end. He just has to trust his instincts and pick the right spot.
And there you have it. So it has all ended in hurt. The team played their part in a terrific struggle, admirably at times. But when it all mattered, they have fallen ever so slightly short. So, Jim, quite a game, decided in the end in the only way it could have been.
Vietnam really must be wondering how different this all could have been had they taken their chances, Peter. But it really was fine margins all round, I suppose. You know, having been on both ends of such results in my career, I can't help but feel for these boys.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.